Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, see, start to finish is a Duncan yo-yo tonight. He's in there going, yo, yo, yo. Yeah, I guess we got elections going because Dwight's making like a politician. He approved this message. Hey, Curtis, how you doing? Well, it's November 1, and the clock is ticking. Thanksgiving this month, Christmas next month, then we'll be in 2019 with the New Year's. And what have we got this month? Okay. We got November 19. I guess I'm going to change my calendar because that is wrong. All right. November 13. We got the fine scale build. And then November 21, we've got Joe's workshop. And also do it like Bill did in his show, go the calendar backwards. November the 6th is Who's Big Bill Talking To? And Dwight said he put the lawnmower away. He's got the snow blower out. He's ready. And while they're talking, we may have a little snow down here in the south this year. Gas prices are dropping, so we'll go out and get some gas for the generator. So what's going on, Jason?
Oh, not much. Just trying to play dodgeball with the weather right now. I would like to finish up this caboose that I've been working on.
Yeah.
Get the decals on and put her together, and might take some photos of it.
Start to finish, said the heat miser won't allow the snow in the south. We do get snow down here occasionally. Only lasts for about a day or two. But, you know, since they say snow, people down here get crazy anyway.
They say snow and you people can't keep it on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mr. Miller, how you doing from Winnipeg, Canada? I would say Lloyd will be in tonight, but he's on a cruise. We might see Ralph. He's up there in Canada too. Ontario. As y'all can see, we got plenty of room, so if anybody's got a webcam, want to jump here in the panel, feel free to. You can follow the link on either YouTube or Facebook postings. And they'll bring you right on in. Be glad to have you.
Any questions or comments they might have, you can bring them in.
Yep. Yeah, somebody been asking where Andy's at. Andy's busy. It's getting towards the end of the year. His wife's got a big shopping list, so he has to make a lot of money. So what you got going on there? Look like you had an accident on the side of that building.
No, it's supposed to look like climbing ivy.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. It's gotten closer. Not bad.
So, it's using that cheap spider web material, sprayed it with some scenery glue,
Yep.
and sprinkled it with blended turf. So and then I glued it to the side of the building.
You got any of that leaf flake stuff?
No, I've thought about getting some of it.
You
I need to find some.
Yeah, you need to. What I've done is I've taken actual sewing thread, kind of the heavy thread, and rub it in white glue, and then rub it in the leaf flake. That looks good too.
Yeah, single ivies. Yeah, that would,
Yeah. Put you a few strings coming out of that.
yeah, coming up this way.
Yeah.
But it was an experiment. It worked out, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Oh, so you doubled those parapet walls on there.
This one the kit was. That's how the kit was built.
Oh, it's already built.
Well, it was. That's the way it's designed.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that. That's Merchants Row 1, I think it is.
Yeah. Yep, exactly what it is. Merchants Row 1.
Yeah, it had about 3 different parapet walls that you could use on it. Didn't show them being doubled up.
Yeah.
Oh, remember.
If you look at the wall, if you look at the parapets, they have a blank spot on each parapet. On the brick side, on one side of the bricks, it has a blank spot where the next parapet's supposed to lay.
Huh.
They don't lay exactly in there, but see if I can find that.
Okay.
Assembly instructions here.
Yeah, I swapped John for that building.
If you notice on your lines, Johnny, you got one of your parapet walls here and the other parapet wall here. Both the lines from those go back to the same origin point.
All right. Yeah, it's been a long time since I looked at that. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been over John's too. I haven't been over all summer.
If a person's ever been up on a lot of those that where they're that close together, they're actually individual buildings. They're just sitting right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's why they can usually tear one down and not affect the other building.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to come back in and reinforce the walls again, but or retuck point. And they finished masking this one off so I can get it ready to paint.
You want to paint all the different colors, or?
Probably primer it all the same color, then I might take this one off differently though. The one that's got the block, it might get taped off differently than the rest of them that are brick. Because it's more of a block brick.
Yeah.
But it might get taped a little differently.
NESR, how you doing? Oh yeah, I saw that blue in there. I was sitting there going, you must have had to put in a different roof on those other buildings, but that's where you're masking it.
Yep, so I don't the roof. I should have painted it before I assembled it, but that gets to be a whole other problem too. Because then you got to scrape the paint back off for your paint, or for your glue to be able to.
here. Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad. How you doing, Randy? About as well can be for a legal dirty old man, I guess. Sit here and watch Tim make sure he gets the mask off right. May let him go ahead and leave a spot or two.
I'll find it when I pull the tape off, won't I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one building I'm working on, that matching that laser art. I masked it off at the top and bottom because you got cinder block at the bottom of the building and just concrete at the very top, and then brickwork in between. But I use that blue painter's tape like you're using. Wasn't sure if it'd bleed or not, but it didn't.
If you get your edges sealed really good, you don't have too much of a problem with it bleeding, unless you get a really heavy coat of paint.
Yeah, the first time I masked one off, I just used regular, and that was a plastic building too. I used just regular masking tape. Yeah, that didn't work out so good. Paint bled right up under the edge of it. Ticked me off. But that, imagine that laser art building. That's a pretty good building. Start to finish coating. So there is a brand of blue tape called Edge Lock. It is designed for paint lines. Have to look for that.
That might be what this is. This is 3M.
Michael's asking, thinking of picking up a GC laser structure. Any experience with these? Not yet. I'm sure it's be a good kit to build though. Imagine that laser art's good because yeah, it's not a lot to it, so it's good for beginners and all. Yeah, that's me. I've done plastic, but I really hadn't done a whole lot in wood. Well, I've never done a wood kit. I've done some scratch building.
I was about half tempted to pick up a wood kit the other day. Hobby Shop had one that was basically an outbuilding. Like the one I already scratch built, so I was like, nah.
Yeah. NESR said, we are all still learning. Yeah, you got that right.
I'll find my narrow tape.
I get reminders all the time. Well, I forget to hide my wallet, and my son sees me coming through the house. Got any money, Dad? Nope.
Nope. It all went to train, son. It all went to train.
Yeah, that's what he tells people. He says, yeah, Dad's filling my house up with all this train stuff. I guess that's going to be my inheritance. Yeah, bro. Michael said it's a small yard office. Thought it would be a good place to start. Yep, that'll be a good place. Let's see. What have I got around here?
Blue tape though. I go upstairs and left my pop downstairs.
Yeah, this is a American Mall Builders laser kit. This is the Pennsylvania Railroad standard tool house. One of the members of the Piedmont Division passed away years ago. His wife was selling his stuff. I went over there and picked up a few things. That was one of them. Yeah, but Dwight, I'll let you build that one. Dwight does HON end scale, and I happen to have an end scale building, yard building. So I sent it over to Dwight. He built it. Huh?
What'd you buy an end scale building for, Johnny?
Troy, when he had his in-scale layout back in the day, he wanted a bunch of us to build a building and go on his layout. That's when Mahler Man Mike was in here all the time.
Yeah.
So that way he'd have something that all of us built sitting there on his layout. But then he tore it down, so... Here I was with an in-scale building. That was before I knew about forced perspective and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if that's what you might wind up using it for. But...
Yeah, I sent it to Dwight. He built it, put it on his in-scale. Yeah, NESR till I figure out how to pronounce that. He said he does N too, but here in Scotland, our N scale is 1 to 148, where in the US it's 1 to 160.
That's kind of like the difference between OO and HO too.
Yeah.
Because the OO is like what, 176 or no 1/100th or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it is. Last I heard, the White Mike was doing okay. His son wasn't. He's back having health issues again. So hadn't heard anything in a long time though. We don't hear from him too often. Bill's the one that hears from him anyway. Then he just passes it on.
If I remember right, he popped into one of the nightly chats not too long ago, just for a few minutes.
Hey Lee, no, I didn't eat too much candy. In fact, we didn't even buy none. Where I live at, we don't have kids, so we didn't have no trick-or-treaters. How'd you make out? All them kids you got, I know you got plenty of it. Oh, Michael, you might want to check Campbell's. Has got some pretty nice little kits once you want to get up a little bit more in the complexity, you know. Campbell's not in business anymore. You just have to pick those up at swap meets and hobby shops to get them from time to time. And glass over in Japan, N scale is 1/150th, except for I can't pronounce that, rolling stock, which is 1/160th.
See, that's where a lot of the confusion gets when you go buying stuff on eBay, because you got some companies that the HO is 1/76. Or you got the OO and
HO's 187.
Yeah, I know, but you see some of the stuff on there online, like on eBay. It'll be 1/76, but it'll be labeled HO, or it'll be 1/100th, and it'll be labeled as HO. And
yeah.
Especially when you start looking at stuff that's sold by China.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael says somewhere's in a box I have an old Campbell's Pickens place about the 1982. He'll try that someday too. Yeah. Hey, Robert, Andy's just popped in. Campbell is still around and still being produced the same way, mostly with a little laser cutting now. It changed hands some years ago, but still at it. Oh, okay. I thought they were totally out of business.
Well, there's so many of them going out right now. It's not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be unheard of.
What you need there, Tim, is a burnishing tool.
I've got some around here. I just do it just as well with this.
That's going to be fun cutting out around them chimneys. Or can't
No, there's enough of a gap.
Oh, you can get up under it.
You can slide the tape right up underneath of them.
Is that all the way up against that wall?
Yep. Well, not here.
Yeah.
I cut it a little too short. I'll have to patch in a piece.
No, I'm talking about it against the parapet wall. It looked like you got a gap in there.
Oh, no, it's...
Oh. Okay. I just way light shining on it.
Yeah, this one over here is a little off, but I'll fix it yet.
We're not telling Tim that. I'll give him the big hit. Y'all have problems getting downstairs to the bedroom tonight.
Yeah, I won't be able to make it through the door.
I take it, Andy, you're still at work.
What'll be fun is getting all this tape back up.
I like to put pull tabs in mine.
My lips and paper.
Yeah, you don't want my job, Lee. Yeah, glass put up here. Supposedly, some German manufacturers still sell freight cars from molds made before HO was decided to be 187.
I think there's still a lot of manufacturers out there that still sell stuff as HO that, like we talked about, not really HO. Like if you ever look at model power stuff, a lot of that's pretty good oversize.
Yeah. Lee's over here going, yeah, I want Johnny's easy money job. And he's going, yep, with all those perks for Johnny, all the first class flights and resorts. Yeah.
The first class resorts are what is it you and Andy are using? The
Airbnbs. Oh, Andy found out there's a fine scale show going right now. They decided to have one this year. Everybody kept complaining. So they had another fine scale show. That's where Barry and Mike are at. I don't forgot where they said it was at. It was up north there somewhere, but it was too late to try and go, especially this time of year. As far as I know, they're still going to have one next year.
Yeah, I seen Barry and Mike's Facebook post the other day about the Amherst show.
Yeah, they were on Bill's show Tuesday night talking about it. Looks like they got a pretty good gig going. Yeah, you were breaking up. What was that?
I said they took over a pretty established deal, so.
Lee says, all my outdoor activities are almost done. I'll be hitting the train room soon when our cooled weather. Yeah, get down to about 75. He calls that cold. David Elkins, how you doing? He said the Fine Scale Show is in Albany, New York. So, yeah, a little too far from me right now. I wouldn't mind seeing them bring that show just a little bit south. I went when they were at Altoona, PA. That wasn't too bad a drive. Yeah, he said show runs through the 3rd. Yeah, hey, that's a good idea. Come over to Scotland. Now, what are you going to use for a primer on that building?
I've got 2 different colors down here that are primers that are a kind of almost a brick color. They're a Krylon. I use them on the other building for actually both coats. So Colonial Red and Warm Caramel.
Yeah.
And what I did was I primered the one with this, and I came back and oversprayed, just got a mist of the other one on the other building, and then I misted it again with the first color. It kind of gave it a speckled look like you see on some brick.
Yeah.
And then I hit it with a shot of the Krylon matte finish clear to kind of give it a duller look. Then I came back in with the white, thin down white paint, craft paint.
Yeah.
And highlighted the brickwork. I just got to remember to pull my flooring out so I don't accidentally paint it.
Yeah, yeah.
'cause I don't have my windows in yet either.
Yeah, I was kind of following the instructions on that. Imagine that laser art building. I used a black primer first, not real heavy, just kind of a light spray.
Yeah.
And then they were recommending using the automotive oxide red primer for the brick color. On the wood, it looked pretty good. Do like Andy just talked about here. I got a few different colors of red. I'll try putting those on, blotch it on with a makeup sponge. Andy says he uses a tan primer too, sometimes to warm up the colors.
Yeah, it's almost that caramel brown, or caramel's almost a tan color, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis said they got the clinics up for Amherst now. You gonna have the same roommates this year, Curtis? Open up a can of worms on that one. Yeah, he got a girlfriend now, so. Talking about Mark.
Yeah, he's not been in a lot at all lately.
Yeah.
And when he is in, he's not in for very long. I'll run downstairs. I'll be right back.
Potato, who cares? And he was saying, yep, rust if I want a sharp red, or distinct, or the buff color if I want it more muted. The primer colors change the end result more than I would have figured. Andy said, yeah, a woman. If Mark's bringing a harem, he's giving up.
It's been actually pretty quiet last several nights in the rooms.
Yeah, it's getting into the holiday season.
Everybody's been out trick-or-treating too.
Yeah, but now it's time to start cleaning the house for people coming in for Thanksgiving and Christmas, or getting ready to go to somebody else's house. Do a little traveling. That's the reason why I need to get gas for my generator now.
Now, why would anybody want to do that? I mean, Why would you want to go to anybody's house when you can stay home and model?
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Curtis. Just gives everybody else some fun to have. Well, if you don't want to take the floors out, I guess you could brush paint the primer on there.
Yeah, it's quicker to spray it. I'm too lazy to brush paint it all.
Huh?
So I'm too lazy to brush paint the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, spraying leaves more of the detail anyway.
I also got some paper to use for like drywalling the interiors. I did that on the one last night, or that other one on one couple of the walls. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, I guess Dwight didn't hear me early in the show. I'm working on the Imagine That laser art Olympia tool and die building. Okay, let's see. NESR. Yeah, SR. Well, gents, I'm about to hit the sheets. It is 2:45 a.m. here. Thanks to Andy for being moderator, and Johnny and Tim. I'll catch up with you on the recorded. Alrighty, we'll catch you later. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Well, Michael, if you go to Facebook, there's a fellow there named Ron Kleiss. He's up in that area. You might post a message on his page and ask him. He could probably tell you some stores to go look at. Of course, Dwight said Roses near Boston. Rose. But check with Ron Kleiss. He probably tell you some. If you ever come down south here to Georgia, you can go stop in Trainmaster Hobby Shop. Oh, he's in Jersey? I thought he's more up in New England. Okay. Yeah, Mark doesn't know of any good stores. He buys online.
Yeah, and then everything he does buy in a store is all die-cast stuff.
Yeah.
And Tom's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he said he's going to be New Hampshire, Massachusetts. What's that? Trim work?
No, it's a Rick's Products modern highway overpass.
Oh.
Bought it at the hobby shop, although I could have just probably gone over to Rick's and bought it.
Well, a few people have been building those lately, but in N scale. Ron Marsh did one.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. If I like it, I'll buy a couple more. I bought 2 of them. If I like it, I'll order some more off of Rick's website. Gotta support the guy locally.
Yeah. And he said they're nice, but there's a company making an equivalent that doesn't require as much work.
Well, Walther's got some too. But for a $10 kit.
Yeah.
And like I said, the guy is local, so I'm supporting him.
Yeah. Yeah, about getting to a point where I'm going to start doing some weathering, and went over, looked at my paint booth. I haven't used it in so long. The spiders done took it over. I'm going to have to evict them. And he said he likes Rex better than Walther's. Walther sacrifices a lot of detail and options.
I can see that.
I think Jason fell asleep on us.
Nope, I'm here still.
Oh, okay.
What have you been working on lately?
Not much. It's been too cold to paint anything, so that's the biggest thing I'm trying to fight right now. It's not worth it putting some decals on if I can't take some clear coat or dull coat, spray it down real quick.
Set in a cardboard box and spray it.
I might be building ventilation for that.
Yeah.
But I got a cardboard box. It's just I gotta get a fan and all that for it, so I can blow it outside.
There's mine I built.
Yep.
I've got a PC, a big computer power supply fan that powers it. I got an HVAC duct back here, and it goes up and then to the basically one of your floor ductwork adapters, and it goes up and then reduces down to an 8-inch, so I can put a laundry. I went down to 8-inch. I started with 10-inch, went down to 8-inch, and then I went down to 4-inch, and so I can put a laundry duct on it. And I got enough ventilation up here in the attic. I just use it to get it away from my face right now. And it does pretty good. I mean, you can see that what I'm using as a filter was a green scratchy pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwight's saying, Jason, don't you have heat in that room? And Andy said that's the reason why he's got that sock on his head. Dwight said, nice paint booth, Tim.
Thanks. Made it out of, well, it's basically all made out of ducting material. It's sheet tin and everything. It's all riveted together.
You put any sealer around the joints?
Nope. I figure if the paint builds up, it'll seal itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I got mine sitting over in the corner of the basement. Right now, I duck it out through the window. I've got some boards made to fit up inside the window where I can close them down. But during the winter time, without a flapper on it, boy, it lets that cold air come through there. Thinking about cutting a hole in the wall and put a dryer duct on the outside.
Well, I've got vents in my roof. I won't show up, but the problem is they're partly into a rafter.
Yeah.
It works. It gets it away from my face, which is the main thing. I've sprayed it a couple times up here without using the booth, and you can definitely tell a difference.
Yeah.
In the smell that's in the room from using that to not using it.
Well, that filter does help out some. But
it's just got a big, it's bigger than a 120 millimeter fan, but it's a brushless PC power supply fan I robbed out of an old dead power supply.
Yeah, start to finish coating, said one of the best paint booths he's been in was a waterfall paint booth. Yeah, it's a little big for what we do. Oh, there's Andy. Upside down, right side up.
Yeah, turn around back and forth. No. a long day. I just made it home, but
Yeah.
if you're not making home long enough to chat for a minute or two, I have got a little bit of time in the room over the last couple of days. Got a little bit done here and there. Not, I come home for a little bit yesterday and worked, and then had to go back out at 10 and get off till 2 in the morning last night. But I come home and took a nap first, so.
Yeah.
But I've been pulling multiple modules of track work. Well, here, I'll show you. I pulled multiple modules of track work down and redone that section and grassed it and such. Now I'll go over in a second and show you where I worked on that helper pocket. I'll climb around a bit though. That's the problem. The layout's growing to the point where I don't have room to take modules down and work as easy as I once did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's getting harder. But I grasped that little track where the helper sits.
Yeah. Okay.
I've done some grass work in another too since I built that new applicator, but I still gotta apply some little sand patches where with the helper tacks on. He should be facing the other direction anyway, really, but put some sand patches there where he's getting a little traction out of the hole, and then that'll definitely be the case here where the helper ties on after he comes out of this turnout here. And I've been working on that track work. The helper ties on, there'll be a bunch of sand patches there. This is the first time I've had this yard module out in, I don't know, gosh, a year or two. That's, all 4 tracks are laid on in. It's relatively complete. I need to automate the turnouts at the far side.
Yeah.
They're still missing some of the details too. They've got all the right fish plate or all the right tie plates and everything, but I haven't put the bolt plates on the sides of the frog and stuff yet. So, but they're kind of back in the back. I'm not sure I'll even go to the trouble of doing that one actually.
Yeah.
I've laid a bit of track. Lately, I built that helper pocket. Started work on another turnout. A couple more actually, and then again, since I got the static grass applicator, I haven't backed this up yet, but I did. I took the trees out and grassed this. I need to back up the scraps from it yet, but that's yesterday. I played around with that before I went back to the office, grassing that with the applicator. That's a good thing about those applicators, like those ones we build. They're really good for mixing colors of grass in. There's 3 different colors. Well, I guess 4 different colors, but 3 different colors and 2 different heights of grass, and I just kind of mix them in and then stir it with a stick, and I get a variety of colors. And it's a lot better than the technique I started out doing grass work with.
You don't lick your finger and use it to stir the grass up?
Yeah, you got to keep your hands pretty clear of it. You get zapped about one time and you're pretty gut shy of the thing. So
yeah.
But I used Joey Ricard's technique the first I did like that, and it's pretty crappy by comparison to static grass. So I'll rip all that up. I have in a few spots already did that yard section I showed you. I mean, it looks okay up on the back side of the hill up there where those tall fields need to be, where they've clear cut them. But I've got to do in this section here where I'm building that barn. All I had was modern pictures to begin with, and I got all the rolling stock off that yard section I had sitting there piled up. But I originally didn't have that barn and that road going up to the barn. I got a little water and stuff in there. None of that was original. I didn't have any of that. But I found a picture of this area today. This hillside's entirely forested. So I was foresting the whole hillside except for those couple fields that are at the top of the hill. And I could see, and there's a road that comes back from the top of the hill back toward those. I didn't know that there was a pasture in there because there wasn't. It's amazing how much landscape vegetation changes between seasons, or not seasons, between over the years. I mean, you go back to 1950 and look at the area modeling. The vegetation is quite different because they had clear cut for the war effort. They'd cut trees down everywhere and built everything they could build out of wood. So I'm not going to be able to clear. So I have to scrape that. That's a good thing about. That's why I use it. That's why I don't like. I've heard people talk about using a variety of glues, like spray glues for that kind of stuff, and I use spray adhesives. They're awesome. Or using carpenter's glue. But you're committed. You put it down with carpenter's glue, it's not coming up. You put it down with PVA, white glue, Mod Podge, whatever you want to use. You can get it wet and scrape it up. It'll, scrape it up, redo it. So I'm going to do that because I've got a lot of that grass that's kind of down like that. Use a Joey Ricard's method, and it's just not. I mean, it's okay. That grass. I mean, it's okay. And in spots, I'll probably leave it, but I'm not going to leave like it along the right of way where I've done that. I'm going to cut that up. But it comes up pretty easy. That's a Woodland Scenics goat hair.
Yeah.
So I'll just take a beard trimmer, cut that stuff down short, soak it with a little bit of alcohol, take a brush to it. What little does it come up covers up with the glue and the static grass. That's what I've done already in a few. I have not decided if I want to redo all of this section along the front right away where I've got that grass. I think what I'm going to do is come in with a beard trimmer and tear at it some, because I've got quite a bit down through here like that. But it's such a foreground seed that I think I'll come in with a beard trimmer and chop at it quite a bit, and then come in and fill in where I've chopped at it, fill in with some static grass, and leave some of it so it spots. And then what I'll probably do is come in and dust the top, or just dry brush the top with a little bit of glue and use some various color ground foams on parts of it, or some grout to make it. You use a little bit of grout, leave a few of these stalks set up, and it looks like that stuff that. There's a name for the plant. I think it looks like wheat to me, but you'll have those little stalks, and they have those little has those little beads of.
Oh yeah, that's what we call that broom grass.
That stuff. So I want to kind of recreate that along with the blackberry bushes and blackberry bushes, and that's what that's supposed to represent. It's kind of blackberry bushes there.
Yeah. All right.
But.
Hang on a second. I got somebody who wants to join the room, and this thing's still set for, yeah. We may disappear, but we'll be right back. I forgot I changed room size when I did Bill's show. Trying to get the audio better.
Yeah, it works better for people.
Yeah.
If it's set that way.
Yeah, it usually stays set for 12.
That's the thing, though. You just learn techniques as you do this stuff. That's why I'm such a fan of the techniques that I use styrofoam and ground glue, but the whole reason that I like working with those is the ability to change my mind. So, because when I left the hobby 15 years ago, it was still, cardboard was using cardboard landing strips was kind of the cutting edge of what people were doing at the time, and most of the people were still screen wire and plastic.
How you doing, Ralph?
I'm okay.
What's up, buddy?
You guys didn't want me in here? You mad at me or something?
No, I had the room set for 4 people when I was doing Bill's show, get better audio. I didn't.
He wanted you in here so bad he had to go to great difficulty and re-engineer the server connections and something to get you in. So.
Yeah, God, was about to end the show.
Well, if you believe that, Andy, I got some property in Florida I can sell you.
It's that air. Yeah, but I got a nice piece in Arizona that I got a good deal on. I haven't been out there to see it yet, but it's supposed to have a great ocean view. So I'm expecting that ocean view to probably be a picture hanging on the wall, but
More like a canyon view.
yeah, that'd be all right.
Well,
It'll have that ocean, Andy. It'll have that ocean view when that earthquake hits and takes out California.
That's a trade-off. That's a tough balance about where to live. I'll tell you, as sad as this is of a thing to say, if I moved at this point in my life, and I've moved quite a bit in my younger life, lived in 13 states and lived in 4 towns all across Tennessee, and I've lived in the middle. I grew up in the east, lived in the middle of Kentucky quite a bit, now live on the far west. But that don't seem like a big deal. But Kentucky and Tennessee are very slender, vertically states. They're very slender. You can drive across Tennessee in an hour and a half, but they're 8 hours from end to end. Tennessee's a very long, so is Kentucky. So I've lived in quite different climates and geography, topology across the state. But if I was going to move today, one of the big considerations beyond where good IT careers are at this point in my life would be what model railroaders are around. Or not necessarily what, but quantity of them. Yeah. Because there are none here, and I would take that into account. If I moved now, it would be to one of the areas that are a hot spot. Toronto, the New England area where there's a bunch of modelers up there. There's a few hot spots. It would be one of those. Kansas City.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got people starting to drop off now, so it's getting late for everybody. So I'll go ahead and close this one out.
We're just in time.
So,
don't take personally, Ralph. I just showed up too.
Yeah. Well, hang around. Alrighty. Well, we got a new month now. End of the year is not far away. November the 6th is Who's Big Bill talking to. Got him a new guy. That'll be interesting. Then November the 13th be the Fine Scale Show. November 21st is going to be Joe's Train Room. So y'all stay tuned, put it on your calendars. All those shows will be at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And of course, you'll see my show every Thursday, except for Thanksgiving night. That's the only night I get off. Big Bill won't let me have any other night off. So, all right, we'll talk to y'all later.
$6.
Yeah, right.
I was waiting on you to say your dues are due.
Yeah.
Your dues are due.
All right, we'll catch y'all later. You have a good weekend. We'll see you next week for the Who's Big Bill talking to on Tuesday. All right, bye.